We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in to a Knicks Nation post-game show as your New York Knicks defeat the Atlanta Hawks by a final score of 108 to 105, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, man. What a freaking fourth quarter. What a game. What a freaking basketball game that was. Man, the New York Knicks have not beaten a team above 500 in God knows how long, right? It's been about a month, right? They finally get it done tonight, and boy, oh boy, in that fourth quarter, it turned into the Brunson barrage, and it got me excited again. But this was a hell of a win for the basketball team, an incredible win for the basketball team heading into the playoffs. This is the exact type of win you want heading into the postseason. Once again, appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. All the good stuff. Appreciate the members in here. Man, ladies and gentlemen. This is the exact type of win why you don't give up on this team, right? This is the exact type of win as to why you do not give up on the New York Knicks. Going up against a hot hand Atlanta squad, back and forth all night. Every single time the New York Knicks punched, Atlanta punched right back. Nickeil Alexander-Walker looking like Kobe Bryant out there. Tough shots. I thought we played him pretty well, and he still managed to hit tough shots, and he had an incredible game for them. Playoff type atmosphere in Atlanta, and what a game, because both teams, like, you thought that the New York Knicks were going to kind of lay this one up. No, Atlanta wanted this one. The New York Knicks wanted this one, as we can see in the box score that I'm going to post on the screen right now. Jalen Brunson gives you 39 minutes and 30, and that fourth quarter was absolutely incredible for our captain. Right? And when people started questioning if these last few games even mattered, these last four even mattered, I started questioning it. That doesn't matter to this New York Knicks team. Oh, it mattered tonight. It freaking mattered tonight. Because tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, the Knicks proved something. They proved something, man. They proved that when it's time to lock in, the Knicks locked in tonight, and what better way to end the season with one of their best wins of the season. I'm going to say it. Due to everything surrounding this team, right? They can't beat teams over 500. They're struggling right now. They can only beat teams below 500. One of their best wins of the season to close out the season. This is why we don't give up on this team. It's because wins like tonight. And I know, there's things to pick at, but ultimately they got the win, and this was a tough, battle-tested win in Atlanta, in enemy territory in Atlanta. And they've been playing well. This is the exact win you want heading into the postseason, guys. And our captain took it home in that fourth quarter, but guys, you know who's on the thumbnail. If you haven't checked out who's on the thumbnail, his name is Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson tonight, it caught me speechless. Caught me speechless out there. Dominated every single minute he touched in this game. Dominated 20 minutes, 8 points, 12 boards, 2 steals, 3 blocks, 5 stocks on the night, 4 offensive boards, diving for loose balls. The game ball, I know Brunson had that amazing fourth, but call me crazy. I think they got to share it because Mitchell Robinson was dominating the Atlanta Hawks all night long, and with Brunson-Towns, especially in that third quarter, especially when he was incredible. I'm absent of words for what I can describe from Mitchell Robinson. All I can say, and I've been saying it after the last post game and in my last live stream, he's ready, and the New York Knicks are ready. He looks incredible. He looks absolutely incredible. He could start. You could put him off the bench. I mean, him and Brunson have chemistry now. I mean, defensively, the intensity that he plays with currently, it's like he's playing with amongst boys out there. Like, like the diving for loose balls, I'm getting kind of nervous, but I'm like, man, that's telling me that he's locked in. He's locked in, and this Knicks team fed off of that energy, fed off of the Mitch energy. And yeah, was it a back and forth affair? The Knicks, they fell down by as much as 10 in this game? Probably more than that, if I'm not mistaken. What was the Hawks' largest lead in this game? 10. Yeah, the largest lead was 10. Knicks fell down by 10. I'm like, here we go again. But they answered the bell. And Mitch Robinson, in my opinion, with an incredible basketball game to go along with, the 5 stocks. And Cat also had an incredible game efficiency-wise. That's the secret, in my opinion, of beating this Hawks team. The bigs down low. You got to feed them. You got to go to them. And Brunson was actually struggling in this basketball game in the first few quarters. I even tweeted that he was having like a good, bad game up until that fourth quarter where he just absolutely dominated. OG Anunoby gives you 22 and 4 threes. I thought Mikal Bridges started this game really well for this team, and he finished with 15 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. But away we go, man. A hell of a win for your New York Knicks. A hell of a win for the squad. A hell of a win for the team with the final 3 games of the season on the horizon. And the Knicks just got it done. Once again, appreciate you guys in the chat. Man, that was fun, man. That was fun. That was fun. Wayne says, let's go Knicks. This is a little taste of what's to come. KnicksNation salute. What's going on, Wayne? Appreciate you in the chat. What's going on, Wayne? Mellow Mike, what's going on? Appreciate you. El Figgy says, Mitch scared me when he started limping. Yeah. I think he got hit in the groin when he dove at one of those loose balls. I think he got hit in the little groin area. So 86 Smurr, Cat number 1 in double-doubles. Man, Karl-Anthony Towns in this game, again, and him and Jalen Brunson, we saw a lot of the 2-man game with them, and the Knicks trying to get that thing going, the 2-man game. And it was actually working, the 2-man game, a little bit with him. And you could tell the Knicks are trying to fix that, trying to get that going. But Cat was awesome. And, the Mike Brown substitutions in this game were kind of awkward because there was times when Cat and Brunson weren't on the same floor together. And, those were the moments where the Hawks would make their runs. And I'm sitting there like, you can't do that, right? You can't do that. Maybe he's just experimenting new things up into the playoffs. But, man, Cat was awesome in that third quarter. 14 points in the third quarter for Karl-Anthony Towns. And he finishes with a hell of an efficient game. 21 on 2 of 4 shooting from 3, 9 of 12 from the field, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Man. Defensive player of the game is Mitchell Robinson. I knew that in the first half of the New York Knicks were winning this game. It was Mitchell Robinson. I mean, he did this in 20 minutes, guys. 20 minutes. Somebody's going to give him $100 million this summer. Somebody. I hope he stays on the Knicks. But he wants to get paid. And he's poised for a good playoff series, playoff run. And look, just play him. Just play him because he's doing this in 20 minutes. I'm sure in the playoffs, that number will probably creep up to 30 a night because that's how valuable he is to this club. And just had loss for words from what we saw from Mitchell Robinson out there tonight. I mean, as soon as you think that he doesn't surprise you with more things, I mean, he just surprises you with more things. I mean, you would have thought this was game 1 in the NBA playoffs, the way that both of these teams are playing. And this was the final 4 games for both teams, game number 78. And the New York Knicks and Atlanta Hawks were playing it like it was a playoff game. The NBA should be thanking the New York Knicks and the Hawks, by the way. This is what it's about. This is what it's about. And obviously I'm excited that we came up on top, but this is why you don't give up on this team. This is why you don't give up on this team. Eddie, what's going on, Eddie? Loud and clear. What's going on, loud and clear? Castro, Big Mitch was a monster. Wait, I missed the super chat. Mr. Eno. Sorry, I got off on a tangent there. I saw the super chat. Appreciate you, Mr. Eno. Appreciate you with the super chat. Thanks for the support. I gave up on them, but Knicks proved tonight they can play good for 4 quarters. Mitch, OG, and everyone played a solid game. Yeah, look, we thought as Knicks fans, like, will this New York Knicks team prove us anything in these final 4 games? I kept saying no, but I would like them to come out in Atlanta and against Boston with some intensity, with some care, with some want, because this Knicks team, let's face it, they haven't been playing well against these teams above 500. Against playoff teams, they have not been playing well. So you wanted them to go into the postseason with some good wins under their belt just to get the fan base feeling good. And not only the fan base, but just to get the guys in that locker room feeling good, feeling back on top. Like, no, the East runs through us, right? Just to get the vibes back, the mojo back, because it has been absent lately. I can only speak for myself, but in the chat, I mean, it just has been like, we've been questioning this team a lot, right? And tonight, look, the Hawks have been one of the hottest teams in the NBA, folks. In the NBA, the Atlanta Hawks have been one of the hottest teams in the league. They showed it tonight, man. They showed it tonight. They're gonna knock out somebody in the first round. I'm telling you. I'm like, the updated standings, I'll go through them in a second, but they're gonna knock out somebody in the first round. Let's go, man. 3 more games left for the New York Knicks. 3 more games left. I'm starting to get there again with this team. Tonight brought me back. Brought me back because, say what you want, this was a hell of a win for the Knicks. Hell of a win. Hell of a win. Man, I love it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Wayne says, might be our best road win of the season. Chris Gotti says, Missoula is scared of Mitch. He sees Mitch on the floor and immediately goes to hack at Mitch. Yeah. And look, Mitch has been really good on his free throws lately. He's been hitting them, and he's been converting. And look, man, you know, to go down the list again, to start this game, I thought Mikal Bridges had an amazing first quarter. Again, Brunson started this game a little bit inefficient. It was a point where he's like 4-13, missing his typical shots. People going crazy over Brunson, pass the ball. Because, again, there's times, especially tonight, right? There was times when I'm like, man, like, Cat is like a force. Cat is a force. Nobody can guard him. That's kind of like the secret sauce in beating the Hawks a little bit. Nobody can guard Cat. Nobody. 9-12 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. I think one of them was a walk-up. 12 boards, 6 assists in 32 minutes for Cat. Third quarter, dominant. It started with Mitch and Karl-Anthony Towns. Both of them in that quarter were dominating. And they passed the baton to Brunson in that fourth. But, man, you know, OG and Obi, 2 blocks tonight. I honestly thought defensively the Knicks played a hell of a game defensively. Like, I know it doesn't really dictate that in the box score. I don't think they played poorly defensively. I just think Nickeil Alexander-Walker gives you 36 points, 7-11 from 3. And guys, those 7 makes, I would say most of them were really, like, contested. And I'm sitting there like, you got to just tip your cap, man. He was just on them. When you're hot, you're hot. And they shot 38% from 3, right? And how about that? Man, how about that freaking shot from CJ at the end? Almost gave me a freaking heart attack. I thought that shot was in. I thought it counted. Talk about a change of a mood in the matter of seconds. I'm sitting there like, I want Jalen Brunson to miss this free throw. And then he makes it, and I'm like, okay, there's no way they're going to get a shot off in a minute and a half. And they didn't. But it's just to show you, like, little things like that. the Hawks are legit, man. They're like, if he made that shot, I would have just been like, all right, NBA gods, you got it, you got it. If it counted, he made it. If it counted, man, almost gave me a freaking heart attack over there. Once again, salute to the chat. Hart, 2 big offensive rebounds. Yeah. In that fourth, man, Brunson went on that little run by himself, and it was back-to-back buckets with Jalen Brunson, that 3, where he had Nickeil Alexander-Walker on the floor. He actually tripped over the Karl-Anthony-Towns pick and roll. That kind of sucked the soul out of the arena, that 3. And those 2, look, Josh Hart gives you 2 points. Wasn't really looking for a shot. And to start this game, guys, the turnovers were a problem for this New York Knicks team. I mean, I believe they had 11 first-half turnovers in this game. And they cleaned it up in the second half. They only finished with 15 in the basketball game. So 11 in the first half, 4 in the second half. And that was kind of the reason why Atlanta was on that run, especially in that second quarter. Mr. Jordan Clarkson had 2 back-to-back turnovers tonight in that second quarter. It wasn't really a good game from Jordan Clarkson. Ball dribbling off his foot, low pass. McBride gives you 2 threes. McBride hit him with a low pass there, but in that second quarter, the Hawks went on a run because of the turnovers, right? And first kind of pooper from JC, but that's okay. I would have thought Mike Brown would have switched it up a little bit, but he went with the 4, right? And these are the 4 that, in my opinion, are going to be playing for us in the playoffs off the bench. No Mo D, no Jose Alvarado, right? And that's it. Like, I'm fine with it. I'm okay with it. And even Alvarado's fine with it. He said he doesn't care, but you know, in a game late in the season, man, OG 37 minutes, Brunson 39 minutes. That's telling me that this New York Knicks team wanted this game. They wanted this win, despite all the resting. I mean, they got 2 more days off until their next game against Boston. So this was a strategic, minute distribution. 2 days off. They had the weekend off, Easter weekend off. Then they have 2 days off up until Thursday. And I've been saying I think they're going to take these next 2 seriously, the Hawks and the Celtics. And then after that, 2 seed is still alive, believe it or not. By the way, still alive. Still got a post. If we win on Thursday against Boston, that's going to help a lot, especially if the Celtics lose against the Hornets, I believe, in their next matchup. If we win against Boston on Thursday, it makes things interesting. It makes things a little bit interesting for the final week of the season. Let's go. Mike is in the building. What's good? What's good, Mike? Good win, but Mike Brown got to lock in. SGA Jr. shooting over Brunson like nothing. Get Bridges on him ASAP. No foul with seconds left to go, and you're up 4. I think the Knicks got a little bit too relaxed there in the final. Yeah, it's because that would lose you games in the playoffs. Lose a game like that, it's a wrap. I mean, we just saw that against Indiana game 1, right? So it's little things like that you got to clean up. But I don't think. Yeah, man. If that shot went in, I would have lost it. Mike says, are we overconfident or stupid? I just think we're Knicks fans. This is the beauty of being a Knicks fan. We're on the roller coaster. Like, we're on high right now. We're on the top of the mountain. Currently, we're going up. But it's been a roller coaster of a season. But all you wanted for this club is for them to be playing their best basketball in the final week of the season, the final weeks of the season, and they haven't, right? And tonight was a game in which I think they come into this game fully healthy. Nobody on the injury report, knock on wood. They're rested. Again, the final road game of the season ends with a bang, right? Their final 3 games are in Madison Square Garden. And it's telling me that this team still cared. They still care about that 2 seed. They still care about good habits. They still care about building chemistry, and that's important. The Knicks, in my opinion, I know health, is important. Especially what's going on with the Lakers and teams. If you're not healthy, what's it matter anyway? But the Knicks are one of these teams that can't relax. Like they have kinks to iron out. The Knicks won at this basketball game. It mattered to them. And a hell of a game. Hell of a game for the squad. Man, I'm happy, man. I'm back. Here it is, our captain. 30 points, 8 of 18 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3, 13 assists. 30 and 13. And he was really passive, playing off ball, especially in that first. Did a little cat 2-man game. I'm liking it. Jesse. What's going on, Jesse? At least 2 of the turnovers were fouled by Atlanta. They didn't get called. Yeah. I mean, they got that guy with the slick back haircut that we always tend to lose against, the referee. You guys know who I'm talking about. We always lose when that guy's reffing. Always. Elfigi says, I hope Deuce can get his shot back. Yeah, look, Deuce, 2 of 5 tonight. Rushed a couple of them, but I think he'll be fine. Like I'm just happy to see him out there. To be honest, I thought he was done. Wayne says, shout out to the Knicks fans in Atlanta. They were loud. Yes, heard them loud and clear through my screen. And look, if you go to the updated, so Jalen Brunson, 30 and 13, incredible basketball game from our captain, right? Incredible. Updated standings. Cleveland is beating Memphis. So, look, man, this stuff is important. Philly is currently losing to San Antonio. We're scoreboard watching right now. Orlando beats Detroit. Detroit doesn't care because they're the 1 seed. So, we're scoreboard watching right now. So, the Hawks, Philly, they're about to lose. That's not final yet. Well, still a lot of time in that game left, so we'll see. But they're about to lose. So right now Atlanta's in the 5th seed. They haven't moved. But it's funny. I was like, during the game, I'm like, maybe we should lose this one so we don't face the Hawks in the first round. But it's still a possibility. It's still a possibility that the Knicks could face Atlanta in the first round. It's still a possibility that they could face the 76ers, the Raptors, the Hornets. The Magic have won 3 straight now. They're kind of creeping back up there. The Heat, I don't think that's happening, but again, we'll see. But we'll see. I mean, this is gonna flip flop. The Raptors are gonna jump in the 6th seed if this score holds. But this changes daily. Again, perfect matchup in my opinion for the New York Knicks is the Toronto Raptors. To end the season, to start the playoffs, first round, perfect matchup for the New York Knicks. And, but yeah, we're kind of scoreboard watching, but at the same time, we're judging this team over these last final games. And boy, did they pass the test tonight. Joel, what's going on? I'm exhilarated that the Knicks won. What's going on, Joel? Appreciate your comment on my video. Appreciate that. Really appreciate the support. Shout out to you, Joel. Jesse, they left CJ open because he was 2 of 7 from 3 and had 12 points up to the last 3. Yeah, man. McCollum was actually playing well, and then he kind of got iced out there. But again, Nickeil Alexander-Walker was awesome for them. They kind of went cold, and defensively, that's kind of. And offensively for the New York Knicks, that's kind of how they got back in the game. And they as soon as they took the lead, it was, I know they tied the game. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, fadeaway 3, corner 3, right near the Knicks bench. I'm like, man, I know Josh had a little bit of a stinker tonight, but defensively, I thought he was pretty solid. Got the offensive rebounds as well. So away we go. Man, hell of a game. Hell of a game for the New York Knicks. And Mike Brown revealed that he's not going to change the starting lineup prior to the game. He's not going to change the starting lineup. The starting lineup is going to change. He's going to stay the same. So if you wanted to change, you're not going to get it. But we just have to see how they fare in the playoffs. I mean, that's the answer to the question. If they don't play well in the playoffs, then the starting lineup will change. That's it. JB. Not bad for a Monday night. JB. Fourth quarter clutch time. Man. Watching him operate like this. This shot, ladies and gentlemen, this shot was so... Look at this. He kind of like double clutched this as well. Look at that. Look at that contest. How he got that off is incredible. Shooter's touch to go in. How he got that shot off was incredible. Insane. What a shot, man. What a shot. Killer. Cold-blooded killer. Look. Again, if this was against Memphis, you shrug your shoulder, right? This was against the Bulls last game. A lot of people shrugged their shoulder. This was against the Hawks. I believe the Hawks are what, like 18 and they were 18-2 or something like that coming to tonight's game. Something absurd. Something crazy. And the Knicks went in there and won. When the Hawks want these games, and they I don't think they need these games because they don't want to fall back into play-in. I think they're going to finish top 6. But both teams wanted this game. Man, this wasn't a typical game late in the regular season where you're kind of like, whatever. Say Quizzy says, now this is the team I've been waiting for. What's going on, Say Quizzy? Yep. This is it. As soon as you think you're out, man, they pull you back. They pull you back. Let's go, man. Put up some highlights on the team. Once again, shout out to the chat. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, all the good stuff. Appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Once again, if you're new here, hello, my name is Anthony. I do post games after every single New York Knicks game. Playoffs are in about a couple of weeks. April 18th is on the horizon. It's right there. It's right there for the taking. And away we go. Away we go. Let me fast forward to the final 4 minutes of this game. Again, defensive pressure. I know this was kind of the moment where I'm like, man, I don't think this is the Knicks' night right here. And this stupid turnover by Josh Hart. But again, he kind of got thrown a grenade there in the final. And then this shot right here. Look at this. Look, OG's right on him. Maybe you would have thought OG could have got on him more and jumped. But most of these threes, they go up 97-92. I'm kind of nervous at this point, but this is when Jalen Brunson hits the end one out of timeout and the Knicks start cooking, and away we go. Brunson in that fourth quarter was absolutely dominant for this basketball team. And this one again, look at this. There's certain shots where you're just like, all right, man. All right, bro. You got it. You got it, bro. I mean, look at this shot. This is off a timeout. This is insane. Insane shot making. And he has been incredible for them. Incredible for them. And here's a shot that we're talking about. 1-on-1. Shot of the night. Shooter's touch. Game over. Knicks win 108-105. And Hawks actually, I guess this is the play that most of you guys are talking about. If they got this off, it's crazy. If they got this off like a smidge earlier, that shot by McCollum probably counts. It probably goes in. right? It probably goes in. You got to be better defensively here. You can't have lapses like this in the final seconds. They make it. It's a free throw game. Luckily, there's only a second and a half left. And then I just can't believe this shot right here went in. Come on now. Come on, son. Come on, son. There's absolutely, but it didn't count, and away we go. Let's go. Let's go. We back. We're back. I'm excited, man. Look, they proved to us that they care. They give a shit. Right? They proved to us tonight that there is a team still in there that is still one of the best teams in the East. And they now have matched their win total from last year. They're at 51 wins, guys. The exact win total we had last year. So if they win one game out of their next 3 games, they will surpass their win total from last year. So I do expect that to happen, but we shall see. But right now, if you think the 2 seed is still the dream, the Boston Celtics play the Hornets, I believe, tomorrow. I still think it's out of the cards. You had Jaylen Brown talking today, saying that they're gonna spin the block on us in the second round. Okay, you guys saw that? Jaylen Brown said that they want to spin the block on the New York Knicks in the second round. They're hoping to get us in the second round. Bulletin board material, but you lost to us, man. You couldn't face reality. Losing to the Knicks feels like depth, right, Jaylen Brown? But still, they're playing well. He's playing well this year. Look, the path to the 2 seed is if they would have to go, I believe, 1-3, if I'm not mistaken, over their next 4. And obviously with the game versus us, that will define a lot on Thursday. But they got the Pelicans and the Magic to their final 2 games. So they got the Hornets tomorrow on NBC. And we have Boston, Charlotte, and who's our third game against? Boston, Charlotte. Who am I forgetting? Toronto. Back-to-back. So that's our only disadvantage, is the back-to-back on April 10th. And I don't think anyone's going to play in that game. I mean, I don't know. It depends, man. If the 2 seed is there, I say that, but if let's say the Celtics lose their next 2 and the Knicks win their next 2, do you see a world where the New York Knicks play their starters in the back-to-back against the Raptors? There's no travel. There could be a world, but then you're risking injury, and I don't want that. But the 2 seed will be nice. If the Celtics are talking already that they want to spin the block on us in the second round, well, what better way to have home court in that round, right? But we'll see. We'll see. 86 Smurf says them green ass is going to die this year. Jaylen Brown needs to put that expo marker down or he'll see our dry cleaning bill in the playoffs. Let's go. Talking ish, man. Spin the block on the New York Knicks. Okay. Joel says we're probably not getting the 2 seed. Jaylen Brown is such a loser. He is. Loser. Not surprising Celtics talking smack. I'm not. And they want us. They should want us. They should. If what we did to them happened to us, we would be feeling the same way, right? We wanted the Pacers again. We should have freaking beat them. But unfortunately, we didn't. And that's how I kind of want to play the Celtics. Bring it on. Let's beat you again. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. Then what you gonna say? Gershon with the super chat. Appreciate the super chat. Again, thank you for the support. Thanks for all the super chats tonight. There is no team in the East, including Detroit, that can stop Cat JB pick and roll if they execute it as they did tonight. And I am 100% right on this. Oof. Shout out to you for the super chat, Gershon. We saw that a lot, man. You know, it's opening up this game in the first quarter. They're working on it. And they look good in doing so, you know. And let's be honest, those two really haven't played well with each other on the court. There's a large enough sample size to prove that it's fascinating that both of them are better without each other on the court. With most Knicks playing better with Cat other than Brunson. But if, like, to be blunt, if they don't figure it out, we don't have a shot. They have to figure it out. And what we saw tonight is it can work. It could work. Right? It can work. And Mike Brown in the rotations tonight were a little bit like the minutes with Shamet ran some pick and roll. Shamet ran some point guard tonight, especially with Shamet, Deuce, Clarkson, Mitch, and I think Bridges was in the game. But no Brunson and no Cat were in the game. We're not in the game for spurts in this basketball game. And I'm like, if you're not going to play them together, like, he's been staggering them, but he's been playing them a little bit, he's been playing them not on the court at the same time lately. And I'm like, I don't want to see that. Like, Cat normally operates better without Brunson, and we saw, you know, some of that in the third quarter. But yeah, the pick and roll with him and Brunson, we saw it a little bit tonight, and it worked. It works when he does it. It works when Jalen Brunson does it. It works when they do it well. It's not going to work all the time, but it's nice to see. It's nice to see. And OG Anunoby has been shooting lights out, and that helps in terms of the corner 3-point shot. You know, you give them the middle of the floor. You set Cat up, and Cat can see over defenders, and he was hitting OG tonight. Cat equated for a lot of the Knicks points tonight. A lot. Even though, you know, it didn't really dictate in the box score, he equated for a lot of the Knicks points tonight. So, appreciate the super chat, Gershon. It will be an epic series against Boston. I think the key to the Celtics series will be Cat and Mitch. Man, what do you say about Mitch, guys? I mean, let me try to get the play. I mean, what more can you say about Mitchell Robinson? Where is it? Incredible game for Mitch. Incredible game tonight from Mitch Robinson as I try to find the play. I mean, I put it on my X account, so let me go on my X account so I can. Sorry about that. Let me go on my X account so I can see show the Mitchell Robinson play, but absolutely insane. Insane play from Mitch. I mean, how about this picture too? This picture doesn't justify what happened during the play, but it wasn't an ankle breaker, but I just like the picture. I mean, here's one of them. Here's one of them with Mitch. Right? Look at him. I don't know why this isn't loading, but poking the ball loose, diving. This is the play he dove, and, you know, he was grabbing at something there. But this led to a easy bucket from Mikal Bridges. I mean, time after time, this was the play. This was the play in the second quarter with Mitchell Robinson. I mean, look, he wanted the lob from Deuce McBride. Look at him. He takes the play off a little bit, then gets right back into play. And good thing he does, because look, he's just like playing amongst boys out there. Grabs the rebound, puts it back in, flexes on them. Like, I haven't seen Mitchell Robinson play like this. He's got swag, man. Mitch got some swag to him. He likes his trucks. He likes his country music. He got swag to him, man. And let's be honest, We shouldn't be surprised. I shouldn't be surprised because we saw this last year in the playoffs. Like, at times, he was the best Knick on the floor. Boston, hack a Mitch. That's the only way that they can take him out the game. Right? Only way. Man, I hope we win one this year with him. I do. Because I like, in the summertime, I mean, we'll talk about that in the summertime, but I'm afraid someone's going to just throw money at him. But the Knicks can't go in the second rate to re-sign him. And as they should. Defensive player of the game, somebody asked in the chat, I believe it has to be Mitchell Robinson. There should be no way that it's not Mitchell Robinson, right? There should be no way it's not Mitchell Robinson. It has to. Has to be Mitchell Robinson.
Appreciate it. Shout out my pops, man. I know you home watching, man. What a hell of a game. Fuck.
Shout out to Pops.
Shout out my pops, man. I know you home watching, man. What a hell of a game. Fuck.
Fuck.
Yup, appreciate it. Shout out my pops, man. I know you home watching, man. What a hell of a game. Fuck.
Man, oh man. Mike Brown has earned his 51st win of the season, tying Pat Riley for the most wins in a Knicks head coach's first season. Wow. He took over a roster that was already really good. And he has a chance to make Knicks history if he wins another game. Right? It's kind of crazy. If he wins another game, he'll be the first Knicks head coach to win, 52 games. The most Knicks wins as a first-time head coach in a regular season. It's crazy. So shout out to Mike Brown. Shout out to the Knicks, man. They're playing. They played inspired basketball today. Right? Inspired game. Inspiring. Sixers just lost to the Spurs. Let's go. Jesse says, oh, yeah, I believe it's Mitch. Mitch blocked a few threes. Monster from Tenjo in the chat. Muhammad, let's go Knicks. What's going on, Muhammad? Appreciate you in the chat. Once again, appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Your New York Knicks beat the Atlanta Hawks 108-105. Just as we thought. Just when this team gives you no hope, right? Just when this team, and it's been like that all season. And look, we're just hoping for some good wins to end the season, and boy, did we get one tonight. And look, right now, all we can hope for as Knicks fans is if this stuff carries over to the postseason, right? This was a big win. For the locker room, for Cat, for Brunson, for the guys. This was a big win. OG, Mikal, Mitch. Like, there's talent on the roster. They just got to put it all together. And at times, we just haven't seen them put it all together at times. And, like, once they put it all together, they're, like, one of the best teams in the NBA, right? And it just hasn't been like that. And it's mainly been the starters to start these games. I believe they posted a stat on NBC. Here it is. Here's a stat. Okay, record versus teams 500 or better since March 8th. We're 1-5. Since the All-Star break, we're 4-8. Now we're 4-9. I'm trying to get the other stat that they posted in terms of defensively. Here it is. I think this is it. Defensively. Look, Knicks defensive rating. First quarter, they are 17th in the NBA at 116.4 rating. Fourth quarter, they are first at 104.3 net rating in the fourth quarter. So when it's time to lock in, they lock in. But in that first quarter, defensively, it's not what you want. 17th, that's not where you want it to be in that first quarter. And that's kind of what we've been talking about for 2 years now, is the starting five. There's a big enough sample size where it just kind of hasn't really jived. And I think, we'll see in the playoffs. I think, they're not. Mike Brown revealed that he's not changing anything. So the only way I think he changes something is if the Knicks go down, 0-2 in a series, or they're down 3-1 in the series, God forbid, right? I think that's when Mike Brown, breaks it and changes it, egos aside, and just changes the starting five because the starts get out of control. But we have to see how it transpires in the playoffs, because he said he doesn't want to change it right now. And look, there's 3 games left. I mean, 3 games left. So throughout the game, you do see him have different lineups with the starters in there. So he's trying it within the games, but it's mainly the starts. It's been the starts. So Steven Castle also left the game at some point limping. Oh, for the Spurs. Wemby might be out of awards contention. Left the game with a rib contusion. So many players losing eligibility. Jalen might finally make the first team. Jalen Brunson has a chance to make first team All-NBA, and that'll be insane. But yeah, a lot of players are hurt this year, and the 65-game rule has been a huge talking point. But we'll see how that transpires to close the season. But right now it's just I'm trying to see if they updated the player of the game. I'm trying to see if we can get the picture. I always love these pictures. Man, oh man. Once again, shout out to the chat. Yeah, here it is. I got it. Big Mitch. Big Mitch. Let's go, man. Sohan on the table like he did some tonight. Shout out to the high five, Sohan. Mitchell Robinson. What is that? Blood on his knee. Got blood on his knee. It looks like blood. Sleeve ripped. Leg sleeve ripped. Tim on his neck. Dogging it out, man. Big Mitch. What more can you say? What more can you say? And I'm happy for him because he has been through a lot, man. He has been through a lot, and he has really improved his craft despite the injuries, right? Despite the injuries, he has gotten better. It's crazy. And the New York Knicks staff, you credit to them because they have kept him healthy all year. And you guys remember when we were going crazy, I was going crazy to start the year because Mitch didn't start the year healthy. He was missing these games. The Knicks were calling it injury management, and we were like, something's wrong with Mitch. He's hurt. No, man, they did a hell of a job in guarding against an injury, knock on wood. Right now, I kind of just want to put him in bubble wrap. I kind of want to put him in bubble wrap until the postseason. But the way he's playing, he just... The offensive read, he just dominates the paint, man. He just, give me that. He just grabs the board over, 6'11" dudes. Give me that, man. You're too small. You're too small out there, man. You're too small. Shout out to Big Mitch. Shout out to Big Mitch. There he is. There he is, man. Hell of a win in Atlanta. Hell of a win in Atlanta against, again, Mikal Bridges at the forefront. Deuce McBride, Kolek, Mo D. I love how Alvarado is still in the mix, even though he didn't play tonight. That's telling me that he's totally fine with it, and that's okay. There's going to be games in which Jose Alvarado is going to provide a spark in the playoffs, right? There's going to be games in which Alvarado is going to be needed in the postseason. So that's what I talked about on my last live stream is the Knicks' depth is light years better than last year, man. Light years. I know Clarkson struggled tonight, but Mitch, there's been Knicks fans, including myself, that kind of want him to start, but it just, he's playing so well in his role off the bench that you kind of don't want to mess up his rhythm. These players are creatures of habits. right? They're creatures of habits right now. So Mitch has been coming off the bench the entire year. I know he started in the beginning of the season, but he's coming in these games and dominating the bench, dominating the opposing bigs, just dominating the paint. And now we're seeing him form some chemistry with the guys. So, Dr. Mark, KnicksNation salute. I told y'all we winning today. I have no voice from screaming all night at the arena. Let's go, Knicks. Dr. Mark, hope you enjoyed yourself in Atlanta. That's right. You went to the Knicks game tonight in Atlanta. Shout out to you. I told you that we're going to come out with a victory with you in the building. What would you say? Was it 60-40 Knicks fans? Or there was a lot of Hawks fans in there too. Hawks have been playing well. So their team showed up. Their fans showed up. Their arena showed up. Man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Team stats. Knicks give you 29 assists, 12 offensive boards, 47-48 on the rebounding front. Even 76% from the line. Both teams shot 17 free throws. Both teams were 13-13 from the line. Hawks actually shot better from 3. Knicks shot better from 2. Right? Turnovers. Knicks had 17. Hawks had 15. Both teams scored pretty well off of turnovers. Fast break points, 12-9. It's this number right here, the points in the paint. That's kind of the secret sauce, in my opinion, and we saw that tonight in beating the Hawks. Dominate the paint. And, Big Cat. There's times when I just like, it could be so simple at times when I'm just like, wow, if you run the offense through Cat and just give him the ball and just feed off of him, he plays better angry as well. Like, things work out 9 times out of 10. And look, incredible third for Big Cat. That push on, I know this says flagrant foul 0, but that push on McCollum on OG Anunoby, I thought that was a flagrant. I think the refs gave them kind of a favor there. I thought that push on OG Anunoby was egregious enough to call that a flagrant. Don't you think? Or am I kind of like overreacting? I thought that, was a shove to the ground. And I know McCollum isn't like that. I mean, they look at the player. He's definitely not like that. But, what is a clear path foul anymore? What is a take foul anymore? They don't even call that anymore in the NBA. But who knows? If they call that, it changes the game there in the final seconds. MSG South, yeah, Dr. Marcus says, yeah, 60-40 Knicks fans for sure. Let's go. 60-40 Knicks fans in the building. Once again, shout out to the chat. Subscribe. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. 27 likes. Really appreciate you guys in the chat. We are getting down to crunch time. So, Knicks get a big victory in Atlanta today. Big victory in Atlanta today. I'm trying to see. And they keep themselves in the 3rd seed because Cleveland wins. So that's important, man. Look, if Cleveland won and they lost tonight, they would have been tied with 3 games left. 4th seed would have been a big possibility for the New York Knicks. But again, that doesn't really matter in my opinion. 3rd, 4th, it's just a matter of who you play in the second round. I think Boston is the easier opponent, but if the season ended today, this switched, right? The score went final. Sixers lost, so the Raptors are back in the 6th seed, right? Raptors are back in the 6th seed. So if the season ended today, it'll be Knicks, Raptors in the first round, and that's exactly what we want, right? End the season right now. Cut the cord. That's what we want. But it's not gonna end like this, and we'll see, man. Look at this. Philly, Charlotte, Orlando are all tied in the standings. Right? And this gives you a clear picture on the tiebreakers because Philly has a tiebreaker above all of them because I think wow, their conference record are even similar, like 25 and 25, 25 and 24, 25 and 25. Man. But right now, Philly's on top. So, look, it's still fluent. It's still a lot can change in the final week of the season. But, Knicks have 2 days off. They play again on Thursday against Boston. And look, if the Celtics lose against the Hornets, right, it opens up a little bit of the door to the 2 seed. Because if the Knicks beat them on Thursday, right, 2 seed is still there for the taking. No, I'm not counting on it. I'm just saying it's still a possibility. It's still a possibility. Boston is 3 games. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think if the Knicks lose one more game, the 2 seed is done. The 2 seed is done. They have to win out. They have to go 3-0. Right? They have to go 3-0, but if they lose one more game, bye-bye 2 seed. Which makes it so hard to obtain. But many of you in the chat said that you don't even care for the 2 seed. You just want to get to the playoffs at this point, which is understandable, but we'll see. We'll see. El Figgy says New York versus Toronto would be a gentleman's sweep. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. And that's what you want as a Knicks fan. That's what you want. You want the Toronto Raptors in the first round, right? You want the easiest matchup possible. And look, you own the Raptors. I mean, you're undefeated since the OG Anunoby trade. Even prior to that, I think we've won like our last 11 matchups. Just they were 10-0 with OG or 11-0 with OG Anunoby or something like that. And I know they have like a little bit of experience over there in Toronto. Quickly. RJ with his time in New York in the playoffs actually played well for us in the playoffs. But that's the easiest path right now as a New York Knicks fan. You want the Raptors in the first round, but that changes daily. Knicks have to go 3-0, and the Celtics have to go 1-3. Thank you for that, Tendril. I was kind of doing the math in my head. I wrote it down somewhere, but I couldn't find it. But 3-0, Celtics have to go 1-3. So, and if you look at the Celtics record, if you look at their final opponents, right? Charlotte, Knicks, New Orleans, Orlando. I don't see them going 1-3. So, away we go. I don't see them losing three of these games. I don't see them losing. Could be wrong, though. They do have a back-to-back, like the New York Knicks. They have the 9th and the 10th. So, man. I think they're going to treat this Charlotte game like a playoff game, Boston. I do. I think they're going to treat that game like a playoff game because then they can kind of afford to lose to us on Thursday and still control their own destiny. Right? But I think they're going to treat this next game like they have been. They're winners of 6 out of their last 7. They're playing some good basketball right now, currently, the Celtics. So they would have to go 1-3, and you would have to go 3-1. 3-1 is on the table. The Knicks can go 3-0 to end the season. They could. They could beat Boston on Thursday, and Toronto and Charlotte. They could, but this last game, Charlotte will probably need this game more than the New York Knicks want it. Like if Sunday and April 12th, if you're locked in the 3rd seed, you're not playing anybody. You're not. You're giving the guys a week off. You're locked in the 3rd seed. Charlotte will probably need that game, right? They want the top 6, so they're probably going to play that game with high intensity. So you don't want any problems with that. Play the bench. Give them the game. I don't care on April 12th. Give them the game. But if everything is locked up, I'm saying if the Knicks are 3rd seed locked in and you can't go anywhere, you're not playing anybody on Thursday. Sunday, April 12th, excuse me. But we'll see. Nick Tatership says Captain Clutch does it again. crazy, man. JB. It's honestly fun watching Jalen Brunson operate like that, and especially in the fourth quarter. I mean, because I tweeted that he's actually having a down year in terms of efficiency from the field. His worst year since his rookie year. I think he's like a .1 worse than his rookie season in terms of shooting from the field this year. It's been a struggle for Brunson. Like, I wonder if he's like fully healthy. I wonder if he's, I mean, clearly in the fourth quarter, he showed that he's healthy, but I wonder if he's battling something, but his efficiency has dipped. It has dipped. Now, to be fair to him, the assists have been up, right? The assists have been up, but the offense has at times still looked clunky a little bit. But I thought tonight was a better start. Tonight was a better start because you saw him playing off ball. You saw him and Cat working a two-man game. Like, the ball didn't really stick, especially opening up the game. So, love the game from Brunson. Size 9 says, so basically we went backwards from Thibs. Wasn't we the 2 seed? Yeah, Size 9, look, you can't say we went backwards until we know what happens in the playoffs, right? You can't say that right now. The Knicks are going to finish with more wins than they did last year. The Pistons have played better this year. The Celtics have surprised everyone and played better this year. And I brought it up on the live stream that I did yesterday. That, like, if Thibs was the head coach in the regular season, maybe the Knicks have more wins in the regular season. Right? But that's not why they fired him. They fired him for the playoffs. They fired him for, what happened in the playoffs. They hired Mike Brown to up their ceiling, right? They kind of felt capped under Thibs. So we'll see what happens in the playoffs, if that ceiling is raised or if that ceiling has stayed the same with his unit, with his club. But what has shocked everyone is Boston. Right? Boston has come out of the blue and has shocked everyone and has played better. Like, it's crazy. And Detroit has played incredible. And we got Cade Cunningham. It's looking like he might play next week, so we'll see. Or this week. So it's looking like he's going to return. So, look, this team was always going to be judged in the postseason. And away we go. Tendril says Hawks and Cavs play each other twice in a row. Yeah, no, I saw that. It's stupid scheduling. Stupid scheduling. Joel says, how likely is it that we get Toronto in the first round? It's likely. It's likely. Why did I write playoff like that? Playoff. I'm going to put the odds on the screen. Right, so here are the odds. Are these updated? Could be updated. So, yeah. 78% chance the Knicks finish the 3rd seed. Still a 19% chance they finish the 4th seed. So, and a 1% chance that we finish the 2nd seed. We have a 1% chance, so just to put things in perspective, we have a 1% chance getting the 2nd seed. Slim. 6th seed, it's the Raptors have a 40% chance. The 76ers have a 40% chance. But it's interesting because right now those two have the highest percent chances, but like 7 through 10 are close. So I don't really see this as being accurate. Like, the Magic can get the 6th seed, 2% chance. Heat, 2% chance. Hawks, okay, 7%. So there's a chance we get the Hawks, which we don't want. We saw why we don't want that. Charlotte, 5% chance. So, look, it might be Knicks, Philly, and that's the highest probability. And I'm okay with that. I mean, I saw Joel Embiid limping. Like, he's not healthy. He's not healthy. But there are star powers in Philly. But your easiest opponent is Toronto. You want to face Toronto. It's a layup, right? Philly has Edgecombe. Philly has Maxey. The Hornets, inexperience. Hawks, inexperience, but the style of play, like, I kind of don't want to battle with them for, like we saw tonight, for, I kind of don't want to beat them 4 times, but I think we will, but they're really good. Like, I totally see, like, if the season ended today, it'll be, what, Hawks and Cavs in the first round, right, 4 and 5, and I would consider that call me crazy, I would consider that a toss-up. Like, Hawks can beat the Cavs, right? So there's your probability report for the first round. Size9 says, I'm hoping for the best, but this performance was nothing new. See you next game. Appreciate you, Size9. Appreciate you in the chat. Yeah, look, a lot of people think that the Knicks team has a lot to prove still in the playoffs, and I'm okay with that, but I'm going to celebrate this one because it was a fun win. Knicks have 27 wins against teams over 500 this season. The only teams with more are the Thunder, Spurs, Pistons, and Celtics. Kind of put things in perspective, right? Doesn't really feel like it. Look at the comments. Doesn't really feel like it. But hey, 27 wins against teams above 500 this year. After the All-Star break, it was bad. Lately, it has been bad. You know, our last great win was what? In Denver? More than a month ago? So, Thunder, Spurs. So, the top 2 teams in the West. Pistons and Celtics, the top 2 teams in the East. Right? So, little Knicks stat for you. Muhammad says nothing is going to be easy. Playoffs are different. Yeah, for sure. Playoffs are going to be... It's a different game. It's a different element. It's a different league. It's a different... It's called differently, which I think this year, the NBA has kind of called these games more like playoff games, where they've kind of let things go a lot. But playoffs bring more ISOs, and we have one of the best ISO players in the NBA, which we saw last year, right? But then again, it's like we're capped with that because of the Pacers and the style of play that they play in. I think there are more teams in the East that play kind of like the Pacers this year, which kind of scare me because that's the type of team that we've struggled with. And, you know, we'll see. We'll see. But tonight was an amazing game for the Knicks. Amazing kind of to get the vibes back, you know, amongst the fan base, and away we go. There's 3 more of these things. We just have to pray for health, pray for that this Knicks team will continue to get better because April 18th is around the corner, guys. I mean, that's Saturday, right? April 18th. That's on a Saturday. So I don't know if the NBA will start them on a Sunday. They could do that. Could. I don't think they will. I think they want game 1 on a Saturday in Madison Square Garden. We'll just have to wait and see. But, yeah, you have, I mean, this week, man, you have Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. And then that's it. Thursday against the Celtics, Friday against the Raptors, and Sunday against the Hornets. And that's the end of the season. Then we're here. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Oh, man. Once again, shout out to you guys. Shout out to the members in here. Shout out to the Discord as well. You guys can hit up the Discord. The link is pinned up. Well, it's not pinned up, but it's in the description. Just hit the Discord. Giving away some Knicks gear. KnicksNation hats are on the website. They're on sale right now, so get those hats before the playoffs start. Would really appreciate the support as always. And, yeah, I mean, you have 2 days off now until that Celtics game. And the Knicks are healthy, coming off a great emotional win in Atlanta. Now they fly back home and they stay home. So they're going to be home for 2 weeks. Let's put that in perspective. They're going to be home for more than that, for like 3 weeks now. They're probably not going to hop on a plane for like 3 weeks because they have the first 2 games in the playoffs in Madison Square Garden. Right? Let's say the 18th and the 20th, or the 19th and the 21st. Right? So they're home for the next 2 weeks. They don't have to travel because their next 3 are in Madison Square Garden. Then they have the week off for the play-in so they can battle it out. Right? I'm trying to see if we get some quotes from the guys before I head up on out of here tonight. Anybody in the Discord? Nobody calling in the Discord. Let's see if Mike Brown has spoken. We check out Mike Brown. Let me get some quotes. Charles Oakley was in attendance for Knicks Hawks and ATL. How about that? Oak in attendance in ATL. How about that? I think he's been there a few times too that we played him. I've seen him in Atlanta too a few times. I don't see any quotes. Yeah, no quotes yet. Captain is too tough, man. Yeah, Oak was in ATL. Too tough. This 3 got him going. That 3 to end the third quarter got Brunson going. Got a shot going. He got going after that 3. Then it was like, okay, let's settle down. Let's get it together. But that 3 got it going. And away we go. But hell of a win for the New York Knicks. Shout out to the chat. Thank you for the support as always. I'm Anthony. If you're new here, hello. You guys have been incredible. More content coming your way in the next couple of days, so be on the lookout for that. And away we go. It's still tightening up here. We're going to be working on a playoff preview article that Sarah's going to put out next week. That should be fun. We'll see who we play next week, and whether it's Philly, whether it's the Raptors, it will be clear as day next week who the New York Knicks play. And away we go. But hell of a win for the squad in ATL. The guys can hop on a plane and get back to Madison Square Garden and have these next couple of days off and recharge and reset their body, and away we go. But I'm excited, man. Look, if you were feeling down watching this club, watching this team lately, tonight brought you back. At least it brought me back to feeling really good about this team. Like, it was dicey at times, right? They fell behind by 10. They clawed their way back, led by their captain, but Cat passed the baton in the third quarter, Jalen Brunson, and it just shows you why you can't give up on this team, which is just the fascinating development this season that has occurred with this club, is that sometimes they play like crap and you just can't explain it. Like, you just can't put your hand on it. And then they have these games where they didn't look great, but like tonight was really a gritty it kind of reminded me of last year's team a little bit tonight. But tonight was a really good win in the final minutes, which we really haven't seen in quite some time against a good team. So, got a week left of these things, and I'm excited. I'm excited to get this going. I'm excited to, get into the playoff preview, and away we go. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Once again, hit up the Instagram at KnicksNation, on X at KnicksNation, on TikTok at KnicksNation_. I'm Anthony from KnicksNation. Have a great night. I'll see you next time. Peace.